for it. Here it is. It's a podcast from Apathetic Enthusiasm.
In this episode, Brandon falls asleep while talking. The first on Apathetic Enthusiasm. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Travis.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon, and I'm going to talk like this for the rest of the day.
How did you become an old prospector all of a sudden at the start of the podcast?
That's how I am when I get sleepy. I just start prospecting.
There's gold up in them there hills. I don't know if
I'm
that's
like
how
Rip Van Winkle.
You know, that's the Hollywood version of prospectors. I've never met a prospector. I don't know if that's how they actually talk, and I don't think it's fair to assume.
They're actually very, very eloquent.
I believe that.
They use words like eloquent
while panning for gold in them thar hills.
There's a lot of gold in these eloquent rivers. But they still sound stupid, but they use eloquent in a sentence.
But they use $5 words all the time. Welcome everybody. This is Apathetic. I don't even know what the name of the show is.
Apathetic the.
It's Apathetic the. Welcome to Apathetic the Enthusiasm. This is a podcast where Brandon and I hang out just about every Monday night, unless he's too tired. And this is one of those times, and we're podcasting anyway. So if you want to follow us along on our wild and crazy journeys, you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Apathetic Enthusiasm Show. Send us emails, apatheticenthusiasmshow@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at apathetic_enthusiasm. And, of course, on the web, apatheticenthusiasm.com. If you want video versions of the podcast, they're available, youtube.com/Apathetic Enthusiasm. You can see Brandon brushing his teeth. I think this is his getting ready for bed pod, I think what's happening. Finally, if you want to support our podcasting, and if this intro isn't enough to sell you on supporting us, you can go to patreon.com/Apathetic Enthusiasm. Big thanks to everybody over there for the support. I guess the first question, Brandon, why are you so tired? Why are you so sleepy?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The weight of
this morning
existential dread just weighing down on you?
Yeah, I think maybe actually. I got to work today and everything was fine. And then I was there for just maybe about an hour or two, and I was like, I have no focus today. I'm kind of sleepy. And it never stopped. It never stopped from that point.
Was that like a midday realization, or was that like 9 a.m.? You're like, uh-oh.
Actually, you know what's I was going to say what's interesting. It's not interesting. What's crazy? It's not crazy. What is a story is that I was at a meeting, and then it was like an hour long, and then I got out of the meeting and I looked at my phone. I'm like, it's 1:00. What the hell? Like, did I sleep through most of the day? I distinctly remember not going to sleep. So what the hell happened to all of my time?
Yeah.
And then at like 2:30, I got it. I was in a different meeting about DevOps, but didn't really apply to me. So I'm just like listening, and I'm like, someone's like, "Hey, Brandon, are you in your office?" I'm like, "Yes, but I'm trying to stay awake." And so they came anyway. Thanks, Mike Giles. And then
shout out Mike Giles.
Started talking. Yeah, he kept talking to me, and I stayed awake. And then at some point in time in that meeting, they're like, "What do you think about that, Brandon?" And I came off mute, and I said, "Well, I just think it's really important that we come together with DevOps to put the sec into DevSecOps from a cybersecurity standpoint." And I'm just really glad that we're having this conversation right now, because there's a lot of good that's coming out of it. And then I went back on mute, and Mike Giles is like, "Holy shit, I'm impressed." How seamlessly you hopped in there and bullshat your way through a response.
Those are the intangibles that people in your and my position, that's how we make the big bucks. Is the ability to think on our feet. Like when I had somebody come into my office and ask me about a rather technical problem, and is like, and then it turned out to be a procedural problem at the end of it, because really just the problem that they came in with revealed a larger problem with process. And so then people are like looking for equipment and doing all these things, and I bring in like all these like middle management people into my office, all this stuff, and we hash out the problem, and then we like resolve it like to a degree. And at the end, I'm like, guys, what was the problem here? And like, well, the equipment was messed up, and it's like, no, it's our process, right?
Come on, guys. Come on.
If we were properly documenting, and if we had the correct inventory system, the last hour wouldn't have happened, because we would have never had this problem in the first place. And then I leaned back in my chair, put my feet up on the desk, and the outro music played. That last part didn't happen. But.
That's the weight of being king. As you're telling,
it is funny how we get paid to think for other people sometimes.
Oh my God, yeah. As you're telling that story, what I was thinking was, like, if I wasn't paying attention, with technical stuff. Sorry, not even if I was paying attention. Like, I am fairly. I'm not super technical, but like as far as application goes, like I understand a lot of it. If I don't have to use it, it's just kind of like sits somewhere locked away in a library of my brain, and I'm like, okay, how do these things go together? Let me actually think about this. Anyway, so operationally not super technical, but I understand stuff. When people start like throwing stuff at me, as you're telling the story about like, oh, there's a technical problem, blah 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 blah, and you realize, oh no, it's a process problem. That's how I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and deflect away from the technical stuff and be like, yes, cool, you're going down a rabbit hole. That's fantastic. I'm glad you know about all of the technical stuff that is an issue. Here's what I see from a more 30,000 foot view of there's a process that's not happening, and all of the stakeholders in this process are not actually talking to each other. So while you are doing stuff to try to rectify the issue, you're actually exacerbating the issue on their side, which they will have to go back to in the end and fix, which means their fix will break your fix. And then here we go, a circle jerk of fixing each other's problems.
Round and round we go. Oh, when have I heard this story before? Yeah.
I want you to know something, Travis. I want you to know something. Okay. I'm not proud of this, but I started reading the Phoenix Project, and yeah, I started reading it. I know.
Be still my heart.
Yeah, you know what's really, really fucking frustrating about that book?
Okay, all right, let's hear it.
I'm only through like a third of it, and I'm just like, no, I this is what I deal with, every day of my existence. I don't know, I don't know how much of it I want to continue going through, because I'm like, I know how this book is. I get it.
For those of you that are listening that are not familiar with the Phoenix Project, we probably talked about it 4 or 5 years ago on this podcast when I was reading through it. But it is a story about IT management. It is a story about sort of information silos in the information technology business, the problems between like developers and then like the actual like network folks and things like that, right? And it's a workbook, right? It's a book about how to improve these processes and bring these people together and initiate DevSecOps, I guess, into it as well. But like all of this is told not as like a textbook or like as like a business like teach. It's told through a narrative. It's told through an individual's experience in a company where he's put in a position and has to sort of improve the working relationships between these different groups of people. And you're absolutely right. You deal with that all day in our lines of work. And then if you go and read the book, or as I did, listen to the audiobook, it's like just adding more of the same situation to your day. I used to leave work, hop in the car, put on the audiobook, and then for 40 minutes on my drive home, just experience more of the same frustrations, only through the characters in the Phoenix Project. Yeah. I feel you.
So,
But
so again, I'm a third of the way through the book. I'm told it gets better and the stress gets relieved somehow.
it does. They have
So
to introduce you to all the problems before they can fix them in the book. That's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the Phoenix Project within the book is there. It's like maybe like an e-commerce company or something like that, and they're like they have to deliver this project for the stakeholders in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. And so this guy who just takes over as the IT director, his previous bosses were fired, and the CEO's like, I want you in there, Bill. Get in here and fix things. He has to discover all of these problems and solve them all within 3 weeks while maintaining the shareholders' confidence or something like that. Um, what's interesting about the book? There's many interesting things about it. One is how just fucking stressful it is reading first reading through it. Also, like knowing what the problem is when you start reading it. Like, oh, okay, like you already kind of know what the problem is here. You already kind of know what the problem is here. Like, oh, this happened. Like, okay, that's the wrong question to ask. Like it's working your work side of your brain as you're listening because you're like, I know what's happening here. Oh, okay, yeah, it's cyber doing something weird. Oh, it's QA doing. Um, and but you like, it's. I think when I first heard about this book, it was like 2017. It's like 2015, 2016 in Hawaii, working for the my unit out there, and my boss at the time, a Major Weisgerber.
Ooh, name dropping
He
on
and
the pod.
him and Chief Zaraga, he they were like, you guys have, I want you all to read this book, The Phoenix Project. I want you to read this book. And I'm a senior NCO, master sergeant. I'm part of the leadership team at the site. I'm like, I ain't reading that fucking shit. I started I read like the first chapter, and I was like, this is just not interesting to me. It and even reading it now, I'm like, I can see past the narrative, and it is still self-helpy at the core of it. That it's a narrative makes it a little bit different, but I was like, okay, yeah, it's kind of still kind of cheesy to me. But I didn't read it. I didn't read it. Reading it now, it wouldn't have helped me back then either. Right? It's one of those books that sometimes you go to training, right? If you go to ITIL, or you maybe go to a Scrum Master certification, or you do something before you're ready for that information, before you're ready to like understand how it applies to whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
That it kind of falls on deaf ears. It wasn't until I spent time in Florida doing IT operations that I really started because in Hawaii, all I did was like project management and barely project management, barely. It was glorified project management. It was like somebody else was doing the project management, and I was just updating a slide that said somebody else was doing the work. Legitimately, that's all I was doing for a long time. So IT operations, I didn't have these problems. Now I see it. now I'm like, okay, and especially now that my job right now, where I am dealing as a senior manager doing cybersecurity and IT operations and dealing with the program, dealing. That's the other thing, right? When you're in the Air Force or in the military, you're dealing with officers and stuff like that. There's not really a bottom line that you're working towards. There's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
it's like, oh, the mission, the mission, this mission successful, but there's not really like you'll see this
You're
eventually.
not trying to like earn money. Like that's
Hmm.
I don't know like um
Yeah, there's
like
an
your stakeholders they're not worried about the corporate returns and keeping the shareholders happy. It's like, are you keeping the generals happy? Are you
yeah.
achieving whatever the mission is, I guess. So
in the
yeah,
in
like
in the
it's
air
a different
in the Air
scenario.
Force you're like, I can do a really great job or I can do a really shitty job. It doesn't matter. My job is safe, right?
I mean,
When
I
you're
get there's definitely people that that seem to behave that way.
yeah, yeah. Um, when delivering a product to market, when you have customers, and like, if we don't do this, then not only are we going to lose money, quite possibly we're all going to lose our jobs and we're all going to have to find someplace else, right? And then we have
Yeah.
unemployment. You got to do blah 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 blah. Uh, that kind of stress is not something I really knew about or experience. I still don't experience it right now because I'm in cybersecurity. I'll always have a job. But like other people, like, yeah, man, I can see how this is stressful. Anyways, so Phoenix Project, I'm reading. I'm making my way through it.
It's good. I enjoyed the Phoenix Project when I read it. Uh, and by read it, I mean listen to it in my car on my drives home.
It counts.
But I I was never fully tied into like the IT infrastructure, cybersecurity necessarily like side of the business as much I was specifically in the software development side of it. So
Hmm.
I'm going to give a quick plug to the Unicorn Project, which is the sequel that tells a similar story from the perspective of a like software dev team and really gets more into like agile software processes and stuff like that, which I just
Mm.
ate up with a big old spoon. I was like, this is delicious. I'm going to sit in the garage even though I'm already home and listen to the rest of this chapter. It's so good.
Is you? Which one do you like better?
I think for me, Unicorn Project I liked more because it related more to what I was doing at the time, which was leading teams of like software teams.
Hmm.
And I think there was probably some lessons learned through the Phoenix Project that when they wrote Unicorn Project, they kind of adjusted some things a little bit. But
Okay.
now, because I'm not leading software teams and I'm leading more IT infrastructure type people, maybe I should revisit it. I don't know, but that's
Yeah.
not what I'm.
Yeah.
I'm not right now. I'm listening to Malcolm Gladwell book. It's like my third or fourth one. So,
Okay.
so if
All
you want
right.
to, if you want to talk about Blink, you want to talk about your intuition and immediately acknowledge like the unique human ability to immediately assess a situation and often have a high probability of success in your um, understanding of something, especially when you're an expert in an industry. It's an interesting read, fascinating stuff.
Yeah. Tell me more about that because just like when I responded to that Teams chat with very little context and was successful in it, I'm interested in hearing more about Blink.
Okay, well, when I finish the book, we'll talk about it because I'm
Oh,
like
okay,
two
okay.
chapters in. But
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
is let's. I'm no
So
expert,
really good.
but my immediate thought about it is it's pretty interesting, and I I don't know, like Malcolm Gladwell Have you ever listened to any of his podcasts or his audiobooks or anything? Because he reads his own books as well, and he just has like a cadence in his podcasts and in his storytelling. It's very relaxing to listen to. So
Mm.
you know, on your drive home or something, like it's calm and it's intellectual and it's I don't know, it's just fascinating.
I almost
Yeah.
I almost fell asleep on the way home.
Don't do that.
So
You
if
can't
I had
park there,
something
mate.
if I had something like Malcolm Gladwell talking to me as I was already sleepy,
You
it
just
didn't help. It doesn't.
it probably doesn't.
You're trying
help.
to kill me.
Are you listening to like like heavy metal on the way home to keep you awake? What do you
A- a- Actually, part of the problem was I wasn't listening to anything for a long time. I was just like staring off into the blankness of the road, and like no thoughts going on through my head, just like
You're
on
just pulling to your
autopilot.
driveway and then you're like, I don't remember leaving the office.
All I felt was my watch go, oh.
Oh, hey,
When
it
you
was
sent me a
me.
message.
It was me. I saved your life by by notifying you. All right. Well, yeah. So that was the work segment of the show.
Mhm.
I'll have to get an update from you about what you. We'll finish our books and then we'll reconvene and
Yeah.
we'll talk about
Apathetic Enthusiasm Book Club presents
Club.
The Phoenix Project and Blink.
Yeah. Available on Spotify, probably. That's how I listen to
Yeah.
most of my audiobooks.
Fair. It's
I
fair.
have a question for you as we get closer
me.
and closer to the Academy Awards, and I'm working my way through the Best Picture nominees. Have you watched, what's his name? Guillermo del Toro?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
Frankenstein. Yes, I watched it. So I'm two movies in. So Frankenstein and
2 for 2.
Sinners.
2 for 2'sers. This is available streaming on Netflix for anybody that wants to check it out ahead of the Best Picture or the Oscars in March. This was a really interesting. Sheena and I went out for our anniversary, I think.
Yeah.
And then
18 years.
20 years.
20. Sorry.
20
So
years
my friend
on
Justin,
the 18th. 20 years on the 18th.
My friend Justin just hit his 18 years. Sorry. That's
We're
just
not the same, Brandon. We're not the same.
I know. Sure, you look
But we
nothing
went
like
out
him.
on the 18th to celebrate our 20th anniversary and then came home, watched a movie, a romantic story that was Frankenstein.
Mhm.
And okay, will be honest. I'm not the horror movie expert on Apathetic Enthusiasm. Everybody knows that. My biggest connection to the story of Frankenstein is without a doubt Young Frankenstein, the Mel Brooks classic. But I'm familiar with the lore. You know, like I have my finger on the pulse of classic, or lack of pulse, perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah. As the case may be.
But I found this interpretation of the story interesting, unique. It took some liberties with the character. It spent a lot of time on Dr. Frankenstein, played by Poe Dameron.
Oscar Isaac. Yep.
And
Isn't it weird that we remember Poe Dameron more than we remember
it took
Oscar
me
Isaac?
45 minutes of this movie to finally be like, Oscar Isaac. That's what it is. That's his name. Yeah.
Poe Dameron. Damn it. Damn it.
But overall, I thought it was good. The cinematography is phenomenal, which I think is characteristic of Guillermo del Toro's work. I have a feeling he's a favorite in that category. But I don't know. What did you think? What did you think when you watched the movie? What was your impression of it?
I like Guillermo del Toro a lot. I never watched Shape of Water. I will say that. So how much do I really like him? I'm a fan of his. What's interesting to me about how I feel about Guillermo del Toro is anytime I hear about a new project of his, I'm not that excited about it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really really weird. I know it's going to be good. I'm just not excited to watch it. It interestingly. So Frankenstein, I hear so many great things about it. I want to watch it. It's on net every time I turn on Netflix, I'm like I should start watching this. I wait for Chelsea eventually, we put it on. We get through half of it one night, and then Chelsea falls asleep, and so like, okay, we'll watch this again maybe tomorrow. It was a couple days later we finished watching it, and I I liked it. I liked it a lot. You talk about cinematography. Um, I liked Doctor Frankenstein. I like that he uh was an asshole. like like mostly unapologetically like throughout the film.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then his obsession takes him towards the beginning of the movie is all right. um I thought maybe I don't want to won't get into spoilers, but like
Sure.
his kind of like the climax of the movie I felt was like I don't know, it seems kind of unearned a little bit. But as far as Frankenstein goes, the titular monster, which by the way, he is Frankenstein because he is Frankenstein's son, so he gets the surname. Come on, everybody! Like,
We're getting into the debate of is it Frankenstein versus Frankenstein's monster? Is that what?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, because he
Because
doesn't
because I
own him.
totally pulled out my neck beard and was like, well, actually, Sheena, I mean, he's not Frankenstein. He's the
But he
creature.
is.
In this movie, he's referred to as the creature.
But he is Frankenstein. He is a Frankenstein. Just as you're a Menard and I'm a Cruz,
Yeah.
our
Putting on the
fathers.
Ritz.
um, but who is the real monster in Frankenstein? I don't know. I don't
Mm,
know.
mm.
I liked it.
Humanity.
Um,
I
I
did
I
I liked I liked that it wasn't a straight retelling of like older versions, right? Like um what's the original one, like the black and white one where like
Boris Karloff.
okay, thank you. It's literally on over your shoulder. Bride of Frankenstein. There's a poster behind Brandon.
That's a sequel. That's a sequel.
um I've watched that one. I watched that forever ago. Um and like, you have the moments there where he meets a little girl and like something
hmm
happens. Like it's insinuated that she's killed, but then I think we see her or something, right? Like some I don't,
in this
maybe it's
movie or
no,
the
no, like
original.
the Karloff one. Like it's
Yeah.
like
He
it's been over
be,
20 years since I watched it, but
because he's learning how to be a person, and he sees this little girl throwing flower petals into the water, and she asks him to do it, and the motherfucker throws her in the lake, and then she drowns.
okay, yeah. Uh,
Pretty sure that's how it happens.
So I don't know, like there's elements of him, like the story of the creature becoming like a human and things like that. The way that it's done in this movie is interesting to me because it's like I like the difference in like part one versus part two and the
hmm
shift in perspective and things like that. So I don't know. It's interesting. The writing was interesting. Visually, I thought it was really cool. A cool sort of spin on the interpretation of the story. Um, I don't know if I was satisfied like with the ending, but I was like, okay, this works. Like this is um yeah. So I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see. We'll
like
see how it does award season
I
wise, but
I like this. I like the sentiment of the ending.
Yeah.
right? I like what it's trying to say, um, but when I say it feels unearned, like that's part of my discontent with it is like, that feels like a turn that was like, no, that's not where this was going, a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And it's hard not to talk about it without spoilers, so we're not going to spoil it. But
Yeah, it's on
Frankenstein is a
Netflix. Almost everybody's got Netflix accounts these days, so use yours
yep.
or the account of a loved one, and you can, if you have what 2.5 hours for free, because it's a long movie, but yeah, it's interesting, worth a watch, I would say. Which makes me
Um,
2 for 10 on movies. It means I have 8 movies to watch between now and mid March. No
Marty
problem.
Supreme is your next one.
Marty Supreme's gonna be a tough one because I think it's still in theaters. Um,
Oh,
but and then so recapping what I need to watch, because I have a picture saved to my phone that I just keep highlighting as I watch the movies.
Dune, Dune Volume 2.
No, that's not one of them. Okay, One Battle After Another. You watched that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that one's on HBO Max. I'm gonna check that one out.
Already,
That one might be a
already
just
ahead of you.
me.
Yep.
I'm not gonna. I don't think Sheena wants to watch that one.
No,
F1.
yeah. In the first, I would say the first like 20 minutes of that movie, I don't think Sheena would like it.
Okay. All right. She said that was her favorite part, so that's weird that you said
Yeah.
that. F1 on Apple TV Plus. Have you watched F1 with Bradley Pitcherson?
No,
No.
no. That might be a movie I don't watch.
Don't
I,
bother. Yeah. Begonia.
Begonia, yeah. More of a what's her face and that weird director who directed that one where she had sex a lot.
Yeah, and then it won a bunch of Oscars. Hey,
Yeah,
if a
yeah.
format's working, you just stick with it, right? George Lucas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Train Dreams on Netflix. Have you heard of this movie?
No, tell me more.
It looks really sad. It is the story of basically like a person's lifetime. It takes place in like historic North America during the time of like laying the railroads across the United States.
Okay.
And basically the main character is like one of these guys that works on building the railroad, so he's gone all the time. It's Joel Edgerton is the main character. William H. Macy is in it as well, and basically he's just like, he has a wife, they have kids, but he's like gone a ton as well, so it's sort of like what his life is like trying to um, have a family, but also provide for them while he's away a lot and stuff. But
Hmm.
it looks really pretty, like the
Sad.
movie. It looks sad, like it looks like it's maybe a sad. But it's just it's based on a novel by the same name, and but I don't know, like it's on Netflix. Everybody has Netflix accounts.
It looks it looks sad, but the soundtrack is just plays. That's the sound of the men working on the train. Oh, it's
What
over and over again.
Sheena and I watched the trailer, and I was like, "This looks like an Oscar movie," but it's all like low, like melancholy, like music. But then I could just imagine if you turn it on, and it's just that song the whole time, and it's like, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. It's 95% on Rotten Tomatoes though, so
And everyone's just so happy, like, hey, working on the train. Hi, working on the train.
it turns into like a spirited musical. Sentimental Value. I don't think I know this movie at all.
I don't. I don't know that one. I
Um.
don't know that one.
Oh, a BAFTA award for best film, not in the English language. Interesting.
Oh,
This is a movie that is not in English, but because of all of the, back and forth with the Academy and the criticism that only English-speaking films historically have been nominated for Best Picture, this is a movie that is breaking that mold. So
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to Stellan
I hope.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Nice. One of the
It-
Skarsgårds.
He is the lead in this film. Elle Fanning's in it. Oh, which that reminds me, I need to watch Predator Badlands
Yes, you do.
because
Yeah,
it
you
is
do.
available on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, that's good.
Not
good movie.
nominated for Best Picture, shockingly.
No. No, but it's a
Rounding
very good
out,
movie.
you have The Secret Agent, Marty Supreme, and Hamnet. Those are all still in theaters, but some of them have options to purchase or rent on streaming platforms. But I think I can do it. I think I can get at least 70%
Yeah.
watched. If I just ignore anything else in my life and just watch movies for the next week, I'll be done.
This is one of the first years that we've done this that I've actually seen more Oscar movies and Best Picture movies than you have at this point in time. So
Well,
close to the Oscar.
Let's be clear, Brandon. The only thing I've done this year is play Lorcana. So, yeah,
It's time for the Lorcana Minute.
I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV shows. I just watch Lorcana content and play with my Disney cards. It's why this podcast is
Disney.
which knee?
Play
Disney.
play with your Disney.
I just sit in this closet and I play around with my Disney cards all the time. just
Travis, can you-
just shuffling it around? Building.
Can you hang out
different-
with your family? We
Look-
miss you.
looking at deck picks all the time and different.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm getting kind of sick of you sending me all your deck picks. I've asked you to stop.
All right. So yes, there's many things we could talk about in a Lorcana minute. We could talk about the fact that I drove 3 hours on Saturday from my house to a tournament. It was a 40-player tournament with a cash pool of $1,500 that was going to be split again amongst the top 8 players. We could talk about the fact that I built a brand new deck using new cards that just came out last week. In a color pairing I'm not particularly used to playing. We could talk about the fact that I won only 2 of the 6 rounds at that tournament and then had to drive 3 hours home that same night. We could talk about all those things, but who wants to talk about my failures? I learned a lot. There were a lot of great players there. Congratulations to the winners of the Winter Brawl at Lucky Llama Games somewhere in Arkansas. Okay. Brandon, there's a point in time.
That was great.
There's a point in time in the past where you said, yeah, Travis, you're obsessed with this game. You talk about it nonstop. You live and breathe Disney Lorcana. I can't do it. Maybe if there was an online client, maybe if there was a digital client that I could play online, maybe I'd give it a shot. But until then, I'm not going to buy the cards. I'm not going to get invested. Well, Brandon, let me tell you. It's coming in hot.
Okay,
A little hot with the.
Sorry. That was a little too high. Sorry. Try it again. In this episode, Brandon avoids digital clients for Lorcana.
Hey everybody, my name's Travis. All right. Well, we've had Pixelborn in the past, a fan-made digital client. It was the digital client that people used to practice Disney Lorcana online, so much so that people were starting to hold large dollar amount tournaments, and a lot of the online content for Disney Lorcana was Pixelborn content. The Big Bad D, as in Disney, sent a cease and desist to the creator, basically saying you cannot have our game in Pixelborn anymore. The creator of that game actually ended up pivoting to make all of the point keeping system and the scoring of the game still intact, but turn it into a webcam client so people can play webcam games in Pixelborn. It's now called Pixelborn Connect, and it is still the main way that people share gameplay content online when they're not in the same physical space. Then another digital client came in, sort of to fill the gap, to fill the void, but they were very explicit in their terms and rules that, like, you can't share it, you can't stream it, you can't make videos with it, to the point where people just lovingly call the app Fight Club, because the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, even though I'm talking about it right now. I did not say the name, though, so do not ban my account, please. Thank you very much. But in the last few weeks, another up-and-coming client has burst onto the scene called Duels.ink, DUELS.INK. And it is a very clean, very well done, I like the user interface, a digital client where people can play against bots, relatively unskilled AI, or you can play against other players, import your deck, import your list of cards, and play online games, both in web browser and this is the big selling point, it's very well suited for mobile devices. So if you want to play on your phone, get in a quick game, you can do that as well. I've tested it for the last couple of days. It's working pretty great. I'm interested to see where it goes, but you can also host private games as well. You don't just have to matchmake with randos. So, if anybody ever wanted to give it a shot, it's available, Brandon. And I'm holding you to your word.
All right. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. No, that sounds really really cool. Before it gets shut down by Disney.
Yeah. Strike while the iron's hot.
So yeah. Really excited about games that you invite me to. When was the last time we played that one game, The Bazaar?
Let me see. It's been.
Remember that game you forced me to buy?
It's been a year. At least a year. Yeah.
Thanks for making me waste all of my money being an early adopter.
All of your money.
I like that. I like that game.
It's pretty.
Yeah,
good.
I'm poor now.
All right. Well, anyway, that's been my minute or two.
All right.
So yeah, I don't know. What else do you want to talk? We talked about some movies. We talked about your sleep habits. No, we didn't. We talked about work.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anything else on your mind before we get out of here?
Yeah. Let's see. I purchased Here to Slay.
Okay.
You talked about
board game by Unstable Games.
Yeah. You talked about it on an episode not too long ago. So I wasn't about to buy that game, but I went to stop by my brother's house to pick up some snow pants for when I go snowboarding next weekend at Big Bear. And while we were there, Chelsea was talking to my sister-in-law, Chella, and Brett's like, "Oh, my friends came over. We played this game. I found this game over at Goodwill. It was like $2. Here to Slay." I was like, "Oh, yeah, Travis was talking about this." And he's like, "Hey, you want to play around, you and Dexter?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's try this out." And I was like, "Hey, this is a pretty easy to get into, fun game to play." And so I'm having a game night on Saturday. I'm having Jeff over, having Justin over. He looks a lot like you.
All the regular J's just hanging out.
Uh-huh. Yep. And I was thinking, like, what game can we get? So what game can we play? They're like, what game do you want to play? Having played Here to Slay, I'm like, that's an easy game to explain, easy game to get into. Let me just buy. And so then it's really cheap. Fairly inexpensive, and then 2 of the expansions for Necromancer and Druid. Like, so you can it's a 6-player game, but they're like other rules, you can go to the Unstable Games website. Like their house rules and stuff like that. You can play with more
Yeah.
than 6 people with the
Oh, yeah.
expansion. Um, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Looking forward to it. I beat Dexter the other night, one time, and then he beat me the second time. And here's what I'll say about the time he beat me. I beat him the first time, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Oh, I can't win." And I was like, "Don't play as hard the second. Don't play as hard the second time, Brandon." I didn't let him win. He did win on his own.
Yeah.
Because I just kept rolling very, very bad numbers, but I was going easier on him than I would have normally. Because I wanted him to actually enjoy the game.
I gotta tell you, this is not sponsored content. But while you were talking, I happened to hop on Unstable Games website. A bunch of their stuff is on sale right now. So if you want to get Here to Slay, it's like $12 instead of $20 for the base game.
Yeah.
Expansions are between $7 and $9. But then Casting Shadows to complete your collection, Brandon, is only $15 right now for the base game instead of $25. And that game is super fun. I think it's my favorite of the Unstable family of games so far. So,
Okay.
you know, as you continue on your journey through a bunch of chaotic, cute animals, yeah, I would say check that out.
Okay.
And
All
we
right.
are due for a revisit on our Baldur's Gate game night.
Yes, we are.
I finally I hopped on my PlayStation yesterday. And I was like, I got a little bit of time before I need to go to bed. What game do I want to? Do I want to keep playing Planet Coaster? I think the newness, the excitement has waned. I do.
Oh.
But I was like, I feel like playing something different. And I was like, oh,
I
look.
almost bought that the other day.
Oh,
I almost bought it the other day.
I love it. I do love it. I'm certainly not deleting it off of the PlayStation. But that's interesting because I didn't buy it. It was part of like my PlayStation membership. So I don't know. Maybe check your Game Pass or something. I don't know.
No, it's not on there. But The Witcher 3 is, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is coming out on Game Pass as well.
That's apparently the name of a game. Okay.
Yes, it is.
But
yeah,
yes,
people love it.
I created a new character for a solo run of Baldur's Gate 3 when I'm not hanging out with you. And so I'll probably never get out of like Act 1 or the starting area or something. But it's there. I have a what is it, Drow Ranger that I rolled up. So we'll see how that ends up going.
Yeah. Next time we play, I'll probably have to like reset my Baldur's Gate because Dexter and I put so many different mods.
All of the mods
there.
that you put in. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's walking around as like a fish person. and he like he did this thing where like there's one of the mods I talked about it before, like, you know, usually when you have ads, you have your minions or whatever, like you manage their turns. So this mod manages their turns for you. But then he got a different necromancer character where he could just like continuously spawn a bunch of different creatures. And so he was just seeing how long the game could go by himself in one round of combat. He's just like, go, all right, next turn, and then just like hands. Like, what's the point of this? Just to see if he could do it, I think.
All right.
Anyway, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, it still exists. It still does. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Not gonna be able to do it next weekend though. This weekend, a game night on Saturday, you know, but the next weekend going to Big Bear.
Big
Uh,
Bear.
Going up with a trip with Justin.
Jeez, your new
And
best friend. And now I know how Matt used
yeah.
to feel.
But we're going up. The families are going up there together. Gonna do some snowboarding. I'm gonna crash. I got a snowboard. Oh shit! I owe Ed $60 for that. Anyways, I got a snowboard and snow boots for like $100 basically.
For a song.
And so now I have my own. Now I have my own snowboard. So looking forward to doing that. Looking forward to crashing. I got Dexter and Chelsea ski lessons because they don't want to snowboard; they want to ski. They've done neither ever before, so I got them lessons so they can do that on the first day. And if they're still interested in, we're going there for like three days. So if they're still interested in skiing after that, then I'll get them a ski lift. But yeah, looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
That's
We're
awesome.
sharing a cabin.
I've never done downhill
families.
skiing or snowboarding. I've never done that. I've done water skiing.
I've
but
never
yeah.
done that.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? But I went to Big Bear 20 years ago on my honeymoon. So
I don't know if I've been to Big Bear.
Wow.
So
look at this. Look
look
at the
at
things
us.
we learn about each other. Almost 20 years of friendship. We're still learning things about each other. I did find some when I was walking down memory lane for my 20th anniversary. I was like looking at old photos, different things. And then my youngest, Sienna, asked me to like go through pictures on this old hard drive. And I was going through it. I found old Office holiday videos on there.
Yes.
It's a real special treat to come across some of those. So,
Which ones? Which ones? Did it have the one where I had your puppet head?
I didn't see that one. I know I have it somewhere, but it was one where people created puppets on like popsicle sticks and used like a cubicle to like I don't know. It was. It was the early 2000s. Times were weird back then. So, anyway, look at us still creating content.
Did you have the one where Skiba had poop in the bathroom?
No, I was not involved on that project. I was an innocent bystander to that. So, anyway, all right. On that note, I think we're gonna call it. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for continuing to tune in. As Brandon said, no episode next week, but we will have plenty of stories to share 2 weeks from now as we get ready. Like now I can watch all the Oscar movies because I won't be recording next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So until then, make sure that you're locked in. Subscribe on YouTube if you're still here. You can like this video. Leave a comment. Let us know which of the Oscar movies you're most excited about. Or what Brandon should do about his broken hip that he's about to have. Just let us know. You can always rate, review on your podcatcher of choice. And until next time, I'm Travis.
And I am Brandon. Thank you.
Bye.
For listening.
Digital client time.